Why Men Love Miniature Models, a lighthearted study of expensive toys and the male mind by City Driver Downtempo. Part 1. There is a strange but undeniable phenomenon in modern society. Adult men, fully grown, tax-paying, responsibility-carrying men, are deeply fascinated by tiny mechanical models. Not puppies. Not scented candles. Not throw pillows. But tiny trains. Tiny engines. Tiny planets. Tiny gears that cost more than a real microwave. And somehow, these objects are not called toys. They are called models, collectibles, or precision instruments. This rebranding alone already tells us everything we need to know. At first, I suspected that my ability to stare at a fish tank for 30 minutes without blinking must be rooted in some unresolved childhood deficiency. Perhaps I was compensating for emotional absence, unmet needs, or a traumatic lack of toy trains. This, of course, was a very dramatic explanation, one that made me feel psychologically interesting, if not slightly broken. A far less romantic but more accurate explanation soon emerged. I was simply exhausted. Rather than expressing hidden trauma, prolonged fascination with orbital models and aquatic microworlds appears to be a form of adult stress regulation. These systems provide continuous movement without urgency, complexity without responsibility, and stimulation without consequence. In other words, I am not revisiting my childhood, I am just giving my nervous system a coffee break. In real life, men face a harsh reality: the world is huge, systems are complicated, nothing makes sense, and nobody gives clear instructions. But in a miniature model world, everything fits on a desk, every part has a purpose, nothing happens without a visible reason, and most importantly, nothing talks back. A miniature model quietly says, "Relax." The entire universe is now smaller than your keyboard. For the male brain, this is basically therapy. This is also why men love mechanical models in particular. Not just decorative ones. It must move, it must turn, it must have gears. Because every gear proves a comforting idea: if something moves, I can see why it moves. Why men love miniature models. Part 2. In modern life, algorithms decide things, systems are invisible, and problems appear without explanations. But in a mechanical model, turn this, that moves. Push this, that rotates. Break this, everything stops. This is a world where cause and effect still exist. For men, this is basically a fantasy genre. There is also the issue of control. Real-life control is dangerous. If you fail, people suffer. If you choose wrong, it's expensive. If you mess up, it's permanent. Model control is different. If you break it, you say, "Oops." If it doesn't work, you rebuild it. If it explodes, nothing actually explodes. This creates a rare emotional state: I am in charge, and nothing bad can happen. This feeling does not exist in adult life. It exists only in video games, simulators, and tiny mechanical universes. And then there is time. Models move slowly. They rotate, loop, repeat, and do absolutely nothing productive. This is the exact opposite of modern society, which keeps saying, faster, more efficient, optimize everything, hurry up. Models quietly reply, "We are not here to achieve anything." This gives the male brain a rare experience: existence without performance. No goals, no deadlines, no productivity, just watching a little thing move. This is basically meditation for people who hate meditation. So why is this obsession mostly male? Not because women can't enjoy models, but because the male psyche is especially sensitive to systems, tools, mechanisms, causality, and nonverbal worlds that do not require emotional communication. In simple terms, women often relax through stories and feelings, men often relax through objects that work properly. So when a man buys a $3,000 miniature engine, he is not buying a toy. He is buying a small universe that finally behaves. Men pretend these are hobbies. Men pretend these are investments. Men pretend these are engineering interests. But psychologically, the truth is simple: miniature models are emotional life support systems disguised as expensive toys. In a chaotic, abstract, uncontrollable world, men secretly just want one thing: a tiny universe that listens.